What's going on YouTube? It's me, First Year Review, back in here for another video. Today I wanted to get Indian food, to be quite honest with you, but it was closed by the time I got there. And I wanted to go to a different place, but as I was walking through the mall, these people from a place called Shanghai 360 reached out to me and they're like, hey, we have a closing special. $8.99 for one of our 2-meat combos. So that's why I got here, Shanghai 360. My writing sucks. Look at this. So we got, I actually don't know what this is because they're just like, it's $8.99, you get 2 meats and noodles, and vegetables. So I was like, sure. I think it's General Tao chicken and sweet and spicy chicken. I don't know. Something like that, but we'll see how it is. Before we get into this, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below of anything you want me to try out, anything you want me to talk about. I'm down to do it. Timestamps down below. Let's get into it. So... I think it's sweet and spicy. I'm not a Chinese food connoisseur, so I went for the noodle option too. I don't really like rice like that. I do not like broccoli, so you're just about to see me pick the hell out of this. Oh yeah. But how's your guys' day today? My day was alright. Didn't do much today. But you know what I did do recently? I watched Knock at the Cabin. Sorry, I didn't really give a close-up of the food. It's looking pretty good, though. I watched Knock at the Cabin. So that's M. Night Shyamalan's new movie. For those who don't know, M. Night Shyamalan's the guy who he made Sixth Sense, he made Split, which was like a pretty good movie. Made Unbreakable. But I think he's most notorious for making the live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I think that's one of the worst-rated movies ever. I think it has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's like one of the few movies that has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, and very well-deserved 0 because that movie was horrible. It didn't follow anything. It made no sense. The characters suck. So, it's pretty good. For end of day specials, who's probably sitting there for a hot minute. And they're just like, hey, please take this. But, Knock at the Cabin. Basically, the movie's about 2 dads who go like in the same-sex marriage. They go to a cabin with their adopted daughter, and they're trying to have like a vacation. And then these 4 guys come out of nowhere, or 2 guys, 2 girls, 4 people come out of nowhere. The only people I know are freaking Bautista, however you say his name, and then Rupert Grit from Harry Potter, played Ron. The other people in the movie, I have no idea who anyone else is. But I feel like M. Night Shyamalan likes to do that. He likes to get like random people in this movie, but basically Batista and Ron from Harry Potter and 2 women go up to them in their little cottage lake area, and they break in, and then they tell them that your family has to make a decision. The world will end if you guys don't make a decision. Right? So, that's the basis of the movie. Now we're getting into spoilers. So, basically the decision that these guys have to make is someone has to sacrifice themselves to stop the world from ending, right? But it can't be a suicide. The other people have to kill the person that they choose, right? So 2 dads and the daughter. Say the daughter chooses to die, then the 2 dads would have to kill the daughter, for example, right? And then they're just like, for every time you failed to choose, a calamity or catastrophe will be unleashed on the human race. When they first get there, they're just like, oh, we saw a vision, we came here, and we seen what will happen if you guys don't agree. They obviously say no because these 4 people just broke into the house, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we're not choosing someone to die. Like, obviously we're not doing that. So then what happens is Rupert Grit goes on his knees, puts a mask on his head, and then they all kill him. Like the other 3, Batista and the 2 girls, they kill him. And then when he dies, I think a tsunami hits somewhere in the world and it kills like a bunch of people. And they're just like, oh, this is what we saw in our vision. And they're like, oh, if you fail to choose again, we'll have to kill another one of us. And another one, we don't want to die, but we have to because this is what we think God showed us. And it'll destroy the whole human race. So, movie goes on. They kill the next girl. They break free because they're in chains. They're the 2 dads, and they shoot the one girl, the nurse lady. But even though they shoot the nurse lady, the guy still, Batista still like hits her in the head with whatever weapon he has, and they still unleash a calamity. There's a lot of speculation in the movie as to whether or not them dying is a direct cause to these things happening, right? Because as one of the dads says in the movie, he's just like, oh, we've been hearing about these things for a week. The tsunami happened a long time ago, and now there's a wave happening. It's a coincidence. These guys are timing it. These things are recorded. Oh, the virus has been affecting people for weeks now, and now it's just like spiking, and they're timing all this, right? So basically the movie just keeps going on like that, and they're kind of like in denial. And then at the end of it, Batista kills himself, and he's like, you have a few minutes to decide who's going to die and to save the world. At the end of it, one of the husbands agree that, oh, this thing's actually happening, it's actually end the world. And then they both agree, I guess. They kill him. And then he takes his daughter, and they drive off, and then they kind of make it definitive that these guys were the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and that killing them was what was causing all these calamities to happen. End of movie. This movie is actually based off of a book, I think, called A Cabin at the End of the World, and it follows the same basic premise. But me personally, even though this movie was it was pretty good, it wasn't amazing by any means. I'll probably give it like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. It was entertaining to watch. When I read about the book and when I read about the things that happened in the book, I think I would have preferred what happened in the book over to what happened in this movie, because in the book, there's a point where they're tussling over the gun, and the gun accidentally discharges and kills the daughter. Mind you, the daughter's like 10 years old, right? And since the daughter's dead, they basically leave the horsemen, or the people, the invaders, to just kill themselves. And they just put like the daughter's dead body into the trunk of their car, and they just drive off into the sunset. And it's just kind of like left up to the reader's interpretation of whether or not the world is actually ending, or if it's just a coincidence. I like that more. I don't like that they made it definitive that the movie is like a post-apocalyptic or apocalyptic movie. It's not like open to interpretation. I think I like that more, to be quite honest with you. I also think I would have liked it better if these guys were just like insane and having a, what's it called? I think folie à deux, a fallacy of 2 or whatever it's called, like a shared delusion between multiple people. I would have liked it much better if it was just that. And there's so many plot holes in the movie, or not so many, but there's plot holes, because it's like they're saying, oh, if you don't choose, we have to kill this person. If we don't kill this and when we kill this person, a calamity will be let on the earth. What if you just don't kill anyone? Or if you just don't kill each other, will the calamity still happen? Will it just happen all at once? Like, they don't really explain it, right? And it's like, oh, maybe this has been happening to families for a while, right? But if it was, I'm sure no family is going to just drive off the jump and be like, yeah, kill my husband, kill my wife, kill our kid, right? there's obviously going to be a few no's, yes and no's here and there. So these calamities would probably happen like once a year, assuming it happens once a year, like Cabin in the Woods. Speaking of Cabin in the Woods, I just took in that this movie takes heavy influence from it because it's a cabin in the woods. The family has to be sacrificed to save the world. It kind of follows like the same thing because Cabin in the Woods, I'd say, was more creative because they had to like use a relic, and when they unlock the relic, they unlock like a demon or whatever monster, and the monster comes and kills them, and then that's a sacrifice to stop the world ending. And this is kind of like the same thing, except they have to kill each other, but they still have to kill each other for the world to not end. Either way, the movie wasn't too bad. I'm still like, oh, what if you guys just didn't kill each other? What if you just like, you know, just didn't? Would the world still end? And it kind of bothers me that they don't tackle that. Because all they say in the movie is that, oh, we have to kill each other, we have to do this. It was like in our vision. I'm telling you right now, if I had to kill a member of my family to save everyone else, it's not happening. I will walk this barren wasteland with my family. I'll tell you that right now. But I'll probably give the movie like a 6.5 out of 10. Definitely go watch it if you have like some spare money laying around, but it's not a movie where you should like rush to go see, because I do think the book is better. I don't want to read the book now, but maybe in due time. And then another thing in the movie that I did question was like, so when the last guys left, like Batista's left, if they shot him and killed him, would that mean that they would stop the apocalypse? Because he has to kill himself to initiate the final catastrophe, right? Because when the lady died, the nurse died, he still like juked her head and unleashed a catastrophe. But if he dies by anyone other than himself, what happens there? They don't really discuss these things. I feel like they should have, because it's kind of like plot holes. Because like, what if they just had a gun and killed all 4 of them at the very beginning of the movie? Will there still be the end? Or maybe I just missed something. I don't know. But anyways, that was Shanghai 360. I'll probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10, but I'm not gonna complain because I got it for like $10, $8.99 after tax, like $10.74, $10.70 something. So, am I gonna complain about it? No. And it was pretty good, like for the price. So remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below if anything you want me to try, anything you want me to talk about. I'm down to do that. Go see Knock at the Cabin if you can. It's one of the better M. Night Shyamalan movies because he has so many bad movies. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and get yourself a cherry Coke Zero. It's delicious. Peace.